What's going on, guys? It's Taz with Two Wheel Toys and TandT Trading. Today we're doing a video where I am playing Motorcycle Doctor, and I am going to be saving this motorcycle's life. Right now, she is the epitome of a clapper. Needs a full motor build, needs a cylinder. Oh, it needs everything. So let me turn around the camera and I'll show you what I'm going to do to it. All right, like I said, I picked up this 2002 YZ125 in the exact condition you see it at the moment. The cylinder locked up on it, and the person that had it decided to take it apart, and then I'm assuming just decided they didn't want to work on it anymore. I traded a set of new side-by-side wheels for this. Anyway, so I'm going to be completely restoring this thing. I'm going to be doing a full motor build. I've got some more parts over here for it. I'll do new bars. I got new plastics. Obviously, I didn't take it apart, so I get to figure out where all of this goes, but I've built thousands of these, so we should be good. We're going to rebuild the suspension front and rear. Obviously, shock needs to be rebuilt. I'm going to do a new crank in it, transmission bearings, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to be replacing the cylinder and doing a new power valve as well. Got the motor out of the frame. Now I am just gonna clean everything up, get it looking as nice as possible. And I'm not gonna bore you guys making y'all watch all of this, but normally I'll take some kind of brush and basically loosen everything up and then spray it with some brake cleaner. Get all this dirt off and whatnot. Obviously do this before you rebuild the motor. So here's the main reason we're doing a full motor build on this thing, obviously. This crank is so jacked up. I mean, honestly, that's as hard as I can turn it. And it is just... that should move, obviously, very freely. Well, so far, I found some nastiness in the bottom of here. The bottom of these cases. I'm assuming the inner cases are going to look like that as well. But, yeah, definitely... lack of maintenance and dirt and slime and just stuff that motors do not like to have inside of them, that's for sure. Well, I found some more nastiness inside this sucker. You can see in the bottom right here. Oh yeah, you don't want that in your motor. And now that I got the crank out, you can see a little bit better on how, I mean, that's supposed to move extremely free. Sucker is really locked up. But anyway, most important part about doing something like this is cleanliness and organization. That is the number one thing. Everything be clean and organized. Anyway, well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out every single one of these bearings and replace them with some new ones. We'll do all the transmission and the crank bearings, and then I'll do all of the seals as well. And then I'll throw everything back in this case, and then I guess I'll be back with you. And transmission actually looks good. I was worried about it having shifting issues because, like I said, I've never ridden this thing. I've never heard it run, but she looks happy, so that's a good one. Now, of course, I'm gonna come in here with my parts washer and just take the solvent and just clean everything up as much as possible. I'll clean the outside, just to get as much of that sludge out of there as possible. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I left some of the bearings in there, by the way. I'll take them out in a minute. Obviously, I got these suckers nice and clean. I got the new bearing in this one, and I'm getting this one hot to throw the other bearing in. So I just need to be on fire. I really wish I had a cameraman today, but I don't. Anyway, I get it hot, hit it with a punch. Or not a punch, a bearing driver. All right, a few little noteworthy things with the transmission. Everyone thinks transmissions are such a big deal. They're very simple. When you have it out, you're gonna have two shift forks on one side, one on the other. 90% of the time, that's how it's gonna be. Some of them are different, but they make this specifically so that obviously these shift forks you can't put on this side. They'll be upside down and whatnot. And then they all have different size gaps between the actual forks. So if I swap this one and this one, it won't fit. It'll be chattery, you know, we'll have room and vice versa. These transmissions are extremely simple like that. Not all of them are like that, but pretty much it would be pretty hard to put this transmission in incorrectly, if I'm being honest with you. And you'll know it's incorrect when you have So every transmission is going to be like this for the most part, dirt bike wise. So you're going to have your shift forks, and you're going to have your shift fork on, you know, on the this side is going to have the bottom and the very top, and then the other side is it always has the center one, you know. Very rarely do they actually have shift forks in the grooves right next to each other on the shift drum. But anyway, the reason, or how you know it's in correctly, is that it should spin freely. If this locks up at all, then you do not have it in correctly. You have one of these backwards or something in wrong, but it should spin freely. And then when you put your crank in, get this bearing hot, and your crank should literally just sit down in there. Do not hit your crank with a hammer. You're gonna unbalance it, and it's just not a good thing. So get it nice and hot, and it should just literally drop right in there. You can put the crank in the freezer if you'd want to make it even easier. So like I said, I just heated up the crank bearing and just popped the crank in there. And now I'm gonna take RTV and RTV everything on this. Don't go crazy. They do not make a center case gasket for Japanese bikes. That's hot. So yeah, you're not gonna have a center case gasket for any Japanese bike whatsoever. So yeah, RTV is the way to go. Got the motor back together. I had to throw the new old power valve in, the new cylinder, because the cylinder was trash. Got the new piston in there. Everything looks happy. Got some assembly lube. And yeah, so the motor's pretty much done. I throw the head on and whatnot. So do you guys want to know the God to honest truth worst part about building motors? 100% trying to get these stupid old gaskets off with these razors and having the case edges being razor sharp. All of these edges inside and out are freaking sharp, and you cut your freaking hands up like crazy. And I normally wear gloves, but you know, that's really the worst part about building motors. Seriously. Well, a lot has happened since I have been recording this video. Right now we're working in my living room. The new shop's, or the old shop's lease is up, and my new shop is in the process of getting built. So now me and Andrew are working out of our living room. But obviously a lot has happened with this thing since my last video. Obviously we got it all together. We got new plastics on it. And yeah, we're actually about to be done. I'm gonna do fork seals, shock seal. We're about to put a new chain on it, and then we're gonna go rip it. But yeah.
Put her in the dirt, boy.
Good job, Andrew. All right, well, now I'm just rebuilding the suspension. I'm still in a very odd situation. I'm outside at the moment, rebuilding suspension. I'm about to do the forks too. Like I said, obviously we're working out of my house, and they're getting ready to cut down these trees, or they are cutting down these trees for the new Two Wheel Toy shop's gonna be right here. So y'all stay tuned for an awesome setup, and that's when my videos are gonna get much, much better. But anyway, so rebuilding that right now. I'm about to do forks. We're doing a video on this right now too. We're making this in a wheelie machine. Pit bikes are our garden. All right, well, we just got the forks rebuilt. We rebuilt that rear shock as well, and the carb was leaking because there was an O-ring behind the little float seat that was leaking. So anyway, replace that. Now we're gonna put it back together, and I think we can actually break in this motor and go rip this thing. And this is after. A big old pile of junk into a pretty nice little ripper. Basically, the only thing I didn't replace is the pipe that's a little dented and whatnot, but fully rebuilt motor, fully rebuilt suspension, new plastics, new tires, new wheel bearings, new bars, new grips. I don't know what else, new chain, bunch of stuff. I'm gonna end up selling it now, but it runs like a champ. And I'll take videos of me riding it here in a little bit. Certified ripper now.
We'll be popping.
Hey, Ray, turn me up.
Yeah, first I pop my clutch, then I pop a weed to catch me in the club. With your bitch, you feel me? I be pulling up, popping clutch, popping wheelie, yeah, what's up? Yeah, it goes first gear, second gear, third gear, I'm gone. Fuck the police, cause I'm already gone. Silver, miles will call me Long John. We pulling up, wheelies on them all. We don't like the police, wheelie on them all. Try to pull them over, man, it's got 4-stroke gas dripping down my balls. You won't catch me on a 2-stroke, fuck 'em all. Yeah, it goes first gear, second gear, third gear, I'm gone. I got 4-stroke fuel dripping down my balls.